what you need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
I just want to make sure everybody can see that I'm still a proud New England Patriots fan. Anyway, the name of the show is called Box Seats. This is a show we talk about sports with comedians. I'm going to bring in Howie Bell. Howie, what's happening, bro?
How you doing, brother? Hope you're okay. This one's for you. Hey, look, I didn't think the link was gonna work.
Yeah, that's hilarious. The link works. The link works.
I see.
It works. D Jones, what's happening, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, listen. We took an L. We didn't lose. We took a lesson last night, man. It's a lesson. We took a lesson.
Nobody says we doing all right. We doing all right. We had 3-year-old QB in the Super Bowl. We all right. Let me see what this shit talking Jason Wade got to say.
I love the positivity. Hey, young Jason, what's happening?
What's up, Jason? Got me
What up,
custody
fellas?
business.
Hey, listen, before we get into it, I might never, ever say this again in my life. I could do a whole show just on the Patriots today, man. We ain't got to discuss nothing but the Patriots today, baby. I'm good with that. Let's go.
I gotta say, I love the positivity. I love the hate, the way the hatred juice is pouring out when we finally.
Hey, D Jones, I told you, boy.
When we finally lose.
Put them silly fingers on you.
The silly fingers finally worked in the Super Bowl.
They worked when it mattered.
Listen, God save it up for the biggest moment to make sure the world know.
Hey man, I was waiting on D Jones to do the hat in the. You were supposed to stick to it, baby. The hat in the camera.
Listen. I'm only on the show today for 20 minutes. I couldn't get. I'm not even home. I didn't make it home.
Look, I'm not home either.
That's
To be continued tomorrow, then. Okay.
Yeah. We'll wait for you.
That's how I did. I'll pick up the weight. I'll pick up the slack, D. I ain't mad at it.
We ain't got no excuses.
Yeah, that's just how it be. It's how it be. All right, so let's get ready to jump into it. We talked about it just a hot second. Let's get ready to Howie Bell, you get the first thing up. I'm gonna let you get there. We're gonna talk about the NFL game. Let's talk about.
He said we want to talk about the NFL game.
Let's talk about the entire Super Bowl game. The Seattle Seahawks defeated the New England Patriots game last night. What was your overall thoughts about the game, Howie Bell? Talk to me about the game.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was feeling really sad for you guys, bro, for a minute. I thought about y'all the whole goddamn game. I said, man, White Chocolate Frank and D Jones. I said, damn. Man, you right. White Chocolate was right. All y'all got. Goddamn it. I swear to God, we was on that damn group chat this morning. I had real life tears coming out my face laughing at y'all niggas, man. I know, JD. I know, man. Listen, it was so funny to me. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not kicking y'all as people, man. I'm going to tell y'all this, man. I love you brothers, man. But everybody got to lose. There's only one winner at the end of the year.
That's right.
And you can, it just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the playoffs. You did not go. At the end of the goddamn year, there's only one winner. That's football. It's just hardcore like that. It just is what it is. People look at the person that lost the Super Bowl. They don't even think about them no more, really. It's the winner. You know what I'm saying? But I laughed a lot too. I felt bad because they was really kicking the Patriots' ass. And like every time a Patriots receiver would catch the ball, it was a defensive nigga right fucking there. I mean, like, it was so bad, I got jealous. I was like, man, my team needs some goddamn defensive players like this.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't believe how good, and I knew they was good already. I predicted that, and I said it on this show, if they get more than 4 sacks, that the Patriots going to lose. And I said it on this show. We can go back and find the tapes or what day that was. But when they got to the second sack, I said, shit, it was only the first quarter. And I said, this is a wrap. 9-0. it felt like 20-0.
40
Because
to
it was they couldn't do nothing. When they finally got a touchdown, it was like almost like Hail Mary-esque. You know what I'm saying? Early in the, like they was desperation just to get that. And then after that, they got up, they wound up getting the 3 and out and getting the ball back, and then bam, he threw an interception. I said, shit, the Patriots can't do nothing. It was so deflating that it was like you just what they showed one time. They showed the Patriots walk to the bench, and all of them niggas had their heads down, man. And I'm talking about they had a shot where it was like 5 or 6 players together at one time, and I don't know who the cameraman was genius, and he caught this shot of all of them with their heads down, man. This is like in the third quarter, and I said, man, damn, that's bad, man. So overall, I really enjoyed watching Seattle win because that was my pick. At the same time, Patriots got time, man. They got a good team. Quarterback is young. You know what I'm saying? So it just, this just was Sam Darnold's year, man. It was just his year. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of them things, man. Just one of those type of games where, like my man on the defense said, he said, man, we knew we was gonna win after the first drive. I mean, it was just one of those games. You know what I'm saying? Where they knew they had the Patriots number. Super Bowl is hard to get to. We'll see who gets back next year, but the way the NFL is, ain't no telling. It could be somebody brand new next year. So that's my initial take.
D Jones, what's your take, bro? What was your take?
First of all, I don't want to see Jay this happy. I don't want to see him. He's over there giggling and shit. I can't even look at it. So it was. Let's talk about the first half. It was 9-0. I still thought the Patriots can win this game at 9-0, even though we couldn't get past the 50-yard line to save our life.
There's no way you could have thought that because
no,
just couldn't.
Because at first I'm like, if the MVP either gonna be Walker or this field goal kicker.
He was kicking the hell out of it.
He was kicking the shit out the motherfucker.
He was the only one ball. It was, and then he was balling. Kenneth Walker was balling. The defensive line for Seattle was unstoppable. One, because Will Campbell ain't been the same since that injury. He been getting his ass whooped since he got back from the injury. He don't look the same. And the only person that showed up for New England was Gonzalez. He was setting Jigba down. He was balling. We should have put him on offense.
He was balling.
Yeah, he was balling. I will commend him. I felt a lot of those times we were like, and we got to like 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1, and it was 4th and 2, 4th and 1. It's the Super Bowl. Go for it. We already losing. Go for it. Like, what you got to lose but the game?
That you already losing.
Yeah, it was the most boring game I ever watched. I don't know if last year's game was worse than this year's because the way they was murdering Mahomes, but this game was just kind of boring. I don't know if we're gonna talk about everything else, but the halftime show was
we're gonna talk about
the commercials was and
I will say this, D Jones. I'm gonna jump in and say one thing, D Jones. Even though it was 9-0 at the half, yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear? All right, he's gonna have to go.
He went out. He went out.
Yeah, D Jones, we can hear. Can you hear us now? Okay.
I probably got a call.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. All right, Jay, I'm gonna let you, before I say my piece, I'm gonna let you say your piece, Jay. Go ahead.
Are you sure you want to speak after my piece?
No, say what you was gonna say though, Frank. You said when it was 9-0.
I was gonna say when it was 9-0, I thought the Patriots still had a chance because it's not like the Seattle Seahawks was running them down on the offensive side of the ball. They couldn't score a touchdown at all. So I mean, it's all fun and games. Everybody want to laugh. Yeah, that's fine. That's I listen, honestly, I like the game because it was the defensive side of the game. And I was thinking at the time when it was halftime and when it was middle of third quarter, if the Patriots can figure out a way to put in it, which they never did. I was like, okay, there's a couple of things they never did. They never brought in a 2 tight end set like I thought they would to help them block on the Will Campbell side. I was like, I don't know what they're doing. That's one thing I thought of. The other thing I thought of, boy, if Bill Belichick was coaching this game, they would have attacked this game completely different than the way they would have on the offensive side of the ball. And that goes to show you how much Belichick really does have or did have hands on when he was coaching, when he was coaching the game. You could see the difference of when Belichick was in the game versus when he wasn't in the game. And you could see what he was really putting on and what he wouldn't have put on Josh McDaniel in the game when they were in the Super Bowl. And then I was thinking, okay, if they score a touchdown, they're still in this game. Then after they scored, then after obviously when they come down and they do finally score a touchdown, I'm like, they still in the game. Here comes D. Jones. Oh no, that's Steve. They still in the game. I'm thinking, okay, they still in the game. The game's not over. But until they made that defensive mistake and the defense, then I was all right. It's over. It's over. So, but I still walked away with this saying, my head's still held up high because at the end of the day, we had a quarterback who's 23 years old. He was the second youngest QB in the game. He's still coming back. 95% of the roster's coming back unless they change them out. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that experience reminded me of the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown experience when the Celtics went to the finals and they lost. That's what that reminded me of. I literally got the same thing. I say, okay, now you got the experience of what it was like to get there. Now you're going to have a drive to really get, because we all know they lucked up getting there. It wasn't like they fell into it and they experienced it by running people over and doing what they did. And they were the most dominant team they weren't. They weren't the most dominant team in the AFC, but they got to the Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, that was an experience for them. Now, I'm going to leave it this, then I'm going to throw it to Jay. There's 4 or 5 teams that could still get in the AFC, that could still get to the Super Bowl next year. But out of all those teams that are getting to the Super Bowl next year, 4 of them are getting worse going into the day. They losing offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and players because of the play structure, the way the contracts are. I looked it up this morning. I spent all that time because I couldn't wait to get on the show just to say that 4 of those teams are about to get worse. We can debate about that all we want. And I'm going to put Steve in. We can debate about all that, how we want, whether they're going to get bad or worse and everything else. But I'd bet money on it, and I'd even bet purchasing a shirt on that. That's how much I believe, because we all know when you lose coordinators and when you lose some players, your team just gets worse. But anyway, let me let Jay say his piece. Jay, go ahead. The floor is yours, bro. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Frank. Listen, y'all could have had Belichick, Novacek, self-check. That ass is gonna get smoked yesterday, bro.
That's bad check, a rubber check.
Bad check, you know what I'm saying?
That was that dominant.
Hey, spell check, you know what I mean? All that.
Spell check.
Yo, y'all buns is gonna get run up in yesterday because you were the inferior team in every phase of the game.
Yeah.
And Jay, I tried to told y'all this going into it.
Jay, is there any team that you think could have beat Seattle yesterday? Because it's
this year, no, because I don't think so.
I don't think so. One team in the league, the other 31 teams, not one team would have beat Seattle yesterday.
I don't think so either.
I don't know, man. I mean, think about their division. Their division is the Rams,
the
49ers, them, and then of course Arizona. But then this year, they played Jacksonville.
They played everybody.
They played Houston, won, and then Tennessee and then Indianapolis. They beat them too.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, bro, they played the toughest schedule of any team, and they won 14 games playing dogs.
Yeah.
Y'all got in there playing powder puffs.
And snowflakes.
Yeah, and then got lucky in the AFC Championship game with Denver starting quarterback breaking his ankle in the week before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I never felt like you ever should have been there in the first place. I felt like you lucked into that. Yeah. So looking at what Seattle had to do to be there and looking at what you had to do to be there, I'm like, you are not the same teams. Yeah. And plus having, I mean, this is what Sam Darnold.
Even looking at our defense, the way the defense held them down, after 3 possessions, you still felt like that. Like you still felt like that. That's what you say on the record.
Listen,
you still felt
on
like
the record. On the record,
his defense was phenomenal throughout the playoffs, and they was lights out yesterday. Because if we had scored touchdowns in the first 3 possessions, they only scored field goals. But we could, I mean, you could do this all day long, of course. But we stopped them like they stopped us too. It was.
Well, let me say, Frank,
you were not lights out yesterday defensively.
Let me say real quick.
Sam Darnold misplays.
Yes, we were. We were lights out.
Let me say it real quick, because Jay, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
The Patriots defense was not lights out. Let's
was
slow
not.
down. Slow down, bro. Hold on. They were good enough to hold them out of the end zone the 3 or 4 times that he got down the red zone the first 3-4 times, but they were not lights out. They were just good enough to stop the onslaught of disaster that could have been there. Because had they got in the end zone and beat that, man, that would have been the worst blowout in Super Bowl history.
Right.
So that defense did good enough. They didn't play outstanding or none of that.
Yeah,
that one guy did. That y'all had one player that kept y'all in the game. That one guy,
Christian Gonzalez was lights out yesterday and stopped 3 separate drives.
There wasn't lights out. They were good enough.
It wasn't lights out,
bro.
Okay. It wasn't lights out.
Listen,
I'm gonna tell you what I saw.
They didn't score.
Let Jay finish. Let Jay finish. Go ahead, Jay.
I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I saw Sam Darnold get out of a sack, and he missed Njigba, who was wide open. There was nobody behind him. Yeah. He would hit his head on the goal post. So that's a touchdown off the board.
I saw
because Darnold missed it. Then on one of the plays, with Gonzalez, also to Njigba, when he knocked it down at the last minute, that's because Darnold threw the ball late. Had he thrown it on time, he had 3 steps on Gonzalez. He couldn't have made it up if Darnold makes the right play. Sam Darnold played a weak game yesterday, which is why the running back was MVP, because he wasn't good enough to be MVP.
Yeah.
He left plays on the field, man. So what I'm saying is you still lost 29-12. Mm-hmm. As poorly as Sam Darnold played, and and trust me, I'm naming 3 touchdowns he left on the board.
I saw one
just right there.
But the defense gave them 17 points.
Then the bogus holding call against Walker when he booked that thing
on that run.
You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. I mean, it wasn't close. That is not lights out defense. They did what they wanted to do to the Patriots yesterday, man.
It was lights out defense. To me, it was lights out. Everybody has their own opinion. But
score 30, Frank.
But Seattle's defense was stellar. Our defense was lights out. Seattle defense was stellar. Seattle defense was one of the best defenses I've seen in the Super Bowl. And compared to the Legion of Boom, you could honestly say the Legion of Boom is back. If you know what I mean, if they can bring that defense back,
the dark side, baby, they the dark side.
Yeah, you could definitely say that they coming back. Steve is enjoying the show. Steve, you want to say something?
If your team was sitting at home on their couch like us watching the Super Bowl, because let me tell you something, I'd rather be in the Super Bowl rather than sitting at home. I didn't hear no talk about nothing yesterday. Listen. I'm fine. I'm fine with all the banter back and forth with everybody. We had a great season. The game disappointing. Our guys, on offense didn't show up. But you know what? We made it to the Super Bowl, and Frank knows. I only had them at 8 or 9 wins. Frank had them at double digits. So
you have to get home. Your sound is terrible, bro. Your sound is terrible. But
I'm not. This is it. I won't be able to catch you guys after this.
No, all right, but D Jones, you want to throw in 2 cents into this?
Yeah, I won't say the defense was lights out. I got it.
No way.
I can't say, but I will say this.
I will.
Between the special teams and their defense, I think that was 17 points.
It was 17 points.
Yeah, our defense didn't give up a lot of. I think 1 touchdown.
They gave up our offense. Their offense scored 1 touchdown on us. Their defense is the one that scored all their points. We gave them 17 points. So
if our offense would,
the defense didn't score all the points, bro. The kicker scored most of the points.
The Seattle Seahawks defense scored 7. Seattle Seahawks defense and special teams scored 17 points off the top.
But defense scored a touchdown. That was it.
Defense scored a touchdown, bro.
Had the Patriots offense showed up a little bit.
And special teams. I mean, the kicker kicked 17 field goals, man.
I just said their defense and special teams scored 17 points. I've been hearing that all day.
So, had the Patriots offense showed up just a little bit, we probably would have lost by 3.
We still would have lost. If our offense showed up, we still would have lost the game. There's no doubt about it.
If my auntie had 2 balls and a penis, she'd be up.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with all the ifs that we doing all now. So yeah.
And really, and Jay and Howie can attest to this. Everybody loses in the Super Bowl once, or maybe not y'all.
You know, you know, that's easy to do. You know, that's easy to do. No, that's easy to do. If we want to go through history, and go through that lane, White Chocolate just posted the Lions won 4 championships in the beginning of the NFL conception. So if you want to do all that, go to the all history, but don't play the it's just on the Super Bowl era.
We didn't want to go back to World War II. We wanted to start with the rest.
No, well, you don't even want to go back to yesterday. No, so let's just start there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because yesterday is what we're talking about. We ain't talking about the Lions not making the Super Bowl. We ain't talking about the Jaguars. We ain't talking about the Cleveland Browns. We're talking about yesterday, the New England Patriots wetting the fucking bed. That is what we're talking about. So we ain't got to talk about nothing in front of the world. How about that? So let's talk about that. How about Bad Bunny got more yards walking through the performance than the fucking Patriots did? How about that? So let's talk about that. And I heard that all day too. So let's talk about all of that. So don't sit up here and dog my fucking loser ass team out. That's easy to do. Let's talk about what's supposed to be the best fucking dynasty in the world. The motherfuckers got their ass popped. They almost got a goose egg.
They're still the best dynasty in the world. You can say anything you want to say.
Almost got a goose egg though last night.
In
front of the world.
Hey, listen. Y'all need to
lost the most Super Bowls of all as any franchise. That still means something.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many times were you in the Super Bowl? I mean,
the LeBron fans, they talk about how many times he done been to the finals. That count, right?
And y'all keep saying that it don't count. So why does it count here?
No, you keep saying it count though, right?
No.
You keep saying it count though, right?
Listen. I never said that it didn't.
Wrong. You keep saying it count, right?
I never said that it didn't. I'm pointing out to people who say that it doesn't count. I'm like, getting there matters, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're saying.
But
that's what we're saying.
But at the same time, y'all need to seek out Pepperidge Farms because y'all niggas is buns. Okay? That's what y'all need to be.
And you know what? I'm gonna say is one more thing. Move on. I know you're gonna move on. I'm gonna say it's one last thing. You know what's so weak to do when you lose? Go and say, but y'all didn't do this. That has got to be the weakest.
The whataboutisms.
Man, that's the weakest sports excuse ever.
Take your L.
You just take the L. Don't be like, well, y'all didn't. Y'all ain't never been there with the Cleveland voice.
When you lost, y'all was throwing up butts. But you hated Green Bay. You talked about a whole bunch of trash and everything else. And when you lost, Jay, you ain't had nothing to say. Both of y'all had a whole bunch of but.
I had no butts. I took my L's the fuck up.
Y'all took y'all butts.
With nothing to talk about.
You had a whole,
we wasn't coming and showing our hats in the screen either.
But you didn't have to. I did and I will. You see this?
I'm a true Patriots fan. I put them even when they down.
I'm not ducking those folks.
You holding that jersey tighter than the receivers did for Patriots last night.
That's all right. That's all right. That's okay.
But not tighter than that Seahawks defensive line. I can tell you that.
No.
I will still do what I do, baby. I will still do what I do. And you know why? Because we were in the Super Bowl. Yeah, we didn't win, but we was in the Super Bowl.
You were in the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna tell you were. And I'm gonna say, but if we're gonna go off of history, though, you gotta go off all history. You can't just be like, you can't pick and choose what era.
Y'all ain't in history. Y'all ain't make it. So what are we talking about?
We are in history. What are you talking about? We won 4 NFL championships. So what I'm saying is, if you
since the inception of the NFL, y'all never made it to the Super Bowl. In the 60 years of the Super Bowl era, y'all ain't make it.
In the Super Bowl era. But in the NFL history of championship games, we have 4.
Well, okay.
So just because they changed the name, that doesn't devaluate, devalidate what we did.
Added more teams. They did a whole lot. But listen, don't jump on me. I ain't bringing up y'all's past.
It's been a whole lot since the Steelers won. It's been a whole lot since you know what I'm saying? Since the Cowboys. It's been a whole lot of changes. It changed all the time.
All right, okay.
Hey, listen, man.
They used to wear leather helmets. Shit changes.
Yeah, of course.
But that does not
26
change.
years
That
to make a
does
Super
not
Bowl, bro.
change history. Is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying it does.
It took the Patriots 26 years to make a Super Bowl, and that was '85. You know when the Bears skull drug y'all the first time.
Damn right, it did. And
right?
then we got in. Then once we got in, how many times we?
But then 85. Next time he made it, what, 99, 2000?
And then since then, how many we been into?
But I'm just saying. I mean, if we were talking about the Patriots in a 30-year window, as my Jags have been in existence for 30 years, you would have one Super Bowl appearance, and it would have been a terrible one.
Bro, our average
right?
is we make a Super Bowl once every 3.5, 4 seasons. That's our
okay.
average.
Hey, that's good. Average. But what does it mean to go and get your ass tore up, though?
Because we got there. You're going to win sometime. You're going to lose sometime. But we get there to win or lose. We get there to play the game. So, we can go back and forth all day. You still ain't going to take no shine from what we did.
Hey, listen. I would love to go back and forth all day on this, baby. Let's go with it. I can talk Patriots all day today because that game was delicious. And the reason why it's even more delicious, Howie, is because they really feel a way about that L. I don't give a damn about the Jazz. We ain't never done shit. I am emotionally immune to this. They actually care.
As most losers do. So
I just want to keep doing this.
As most losers do. That's how we feel some kind of way because this is Sports Town USA, baby. This is how we do. This is how we do.
Listen, I ain't gonna mess my week up, man, behind a game that don't benefit me at all. What's wrong with that?
I'm with you with that one. Matter of fact, let's keep the show going. Now, since we still talk about the Super Bowl, everything else, I want to talk about Bad Bunny to you because the people have been up in arms and they've been feeling some kind of way, Howie Bell, about Bad Bunny performance and about how he was and what he did and comparing it to Super Bowl performances and comparing it to. I'm going to throw this out there, Howie. What I'm about to say is going to be strange to you. I want to see how you feel and what you both of y'all say. After I saw it, I didn't compare it to any other performance. I looked at it like it was almost like a civil rights movement kind of thing, especially when he gave his Grammy to that little Spanish kid at the beginning that symbolized to me he was giving it away, the Grammy. I first thought he was giving it away to himself, but then I read on on the internet, he was giving it away to that it was supposed to be that kid who was, held by ICE. You know what I mean? Then it turned out to be an actor and all those other, which they were basically symbolizing. So that's how I took it. I didn't even think of, okay, let me compare it, what everybody was doing. Let's compare it to Michael Jackson, compare it to this, compare it to that. I thought it was like a civil rights movement. First Spanish-speaking performance ever in the Super Bowl. That's how I took it. Howie Bell, how you take the performance? What'd you think? Was it worthy or rateable? Give me your whole spiel.
Hey, man, you see the shirt I got on right now? The Bad Bunny, baby. Come on, Bunny. Let me tell you this.
Let's go. Man. I ain't even peeped that, Howard. You know what I mean? Hell baby. Yeah. I wish I had me a Bad Bunny.
Come on, baby. Let me just say this. I thought it was incredible. I was mad that I couldn't speak Spanish fluently. You know what I'm saying? I was pissed because I wanted to be more into what he was saying. At the same time, though, man, that performance, the choreography, the whole way they did it was incredible. I mean, the symbolism of the little boy getting the Grammy, the guy the kid that was captured by ICE and detained by ICE or what have you, that was incredible. There's everything about it. I'm in LA right now, and they're making a big hoopla of the guy who they showed, who he gave the little icy to, and then he just started speaking at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. I think he's called Villas or something like that. I can't remember. But it's a taco shop here, huge shop. The lines around the corner right now. Because he premiered them in the show, this guy here in LA in this taco shop. But I say this, man, so it's a lot going on. It's actually being here makes me kind of appreciate it more because of the Latino culture out here. But I say this, man, America is so damn racist and so heavily, grossly opinionated on everything that we just, man, we kind of getting weird with that shit, man. And, people in general, like who you like. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Right. Who cares what you don't like? And you can't appease everybody at the same time. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kid Rock did the thing for the MAGAs. Oh, well, let them enjoy. Let them eat cornbread with just dry cornmeal. Let them have it. You know what I'm saying? Let them eat macaroni with no cheese. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool, though. It's fine. I'm not mad. They enjoyed themselves fine. In Living Color used to come on at halftime of the Super Bowl. That's why they created a halftime show based off In Living Color. Did y'all know that? Yes. So it was something else. And look, the Puppy Bowl as well. It's always something going up against a halftime. You know what I'm saying? So I've been cook-off, all kind of stuff. So MAGA can do their thing. The bottom line is this. Diversity is what shaped America. America is all about diversity, and being at the Super Bowl is the biggest holiday in America. Period, point blank. It's bigger than Christmas, New Year's Eve, any kind of holiday, 4th of July, whatever. The Super Bowl is the biggest in America, hands down. Argue with me if you want. And so my thing is, that day is for everybody. And everybody should be able to enjoy sport, come together, enjoy, and next year we see a different performance.
And
next
have
year,
friendly arguments, all that. You know what I mean? Just,
yeah, man. Super
all
Bowl
that.
is festive, bro. It's a very festive day, and everybody enjoys it. The world watches it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going to sit back and just look at one type of genre of music every single year. That's not going to happen. I don't care if you like transvestites or you don't. I don't care if you live in the country or you live in the city. I don't care if you're Hispanic, white, Asian, or black. It does not matter, man. This country is all about everything. It's called the melting pot for a reason.
All right, Jay, you got 128 million people who watch Bad Bunny. Yeah,
142 million.
142? That's
142.3.
Okay, I just saw that it said 128. Okay, 142.3. Let's go to 142.3 because I'm sure the tally will get higher and higher as the day gets longer and longer. They start calculating. Yeah, 4.1 million watched literally the Kid Rock Festival. You had Bad Bunny perform and had symbolism. He also had a couple really get married on stage with him and everything else. He had a lot of things in his performance. Where does it rate, if you rate it, and what's your overall thoughts on Bad Bunny's halftime show?
As the resident MAGA hater, it's a 15 on a scale of 10 to me, baby, because they are hot.
Yes, they are.
Anything that upsets them, baby, it makes my soul glow. Okay? It just warms me in places that I didn't know existed. Right? Now, what I dug about the halftime show, I mean, he kind of built on, what Kendrick did last year, to be honest.
Honestly, right.
With the symbolism and stuff.
Right.
But he had to be symbolic in that he knew, as a Puerto Rican, which is a U.S. citizen, he knows that most Americans are dumb as hell and only speak one language. Okay? So he knew. Now first off, he did the whole show in Spanish.
Right. Yep.
He speaks enough English that he probably could have done the show in English, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point was, I don't have to acquiesce to white people and make them comfortable. This is my language. This is what I do. So, and the people who understand this, they understand that this is why I got to do this, or they speak the language and they appreciate me speaking the language for all of us. Now think about that, bro. In the whole Western Hemisphere, it's like 6 countries that don't speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those is Brazil, which speaks Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So to have this insistence on you got to speak English when literally this whole hemisphere speaks Spanish as their primary language is asinine in and of itself.
Absolutely.
But what I dug about it within the symbolism was it was not just Latino culture. It was like Pan-Africanism. When you start in the sugarcane fields, knowing that they brought Africans over here to work the sugarcane fields, as Paul Mooney said, he said a Dominican, a Dominican ain't nothing but a nigga who speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay? We came up the same slave ships, dropped us off, in Brazil to speak Portuguese, and and all the way up to all the way up the coast to Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to start the sugarcane fields, where they were enslaved, cutting sugarcane, making rum, all that stuff, and the whole tour de force of how culture was made and all of that, but then to go out of his way to make sure that the first time we saw a white face was Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it always incenses me when MAGA people try to play dumb about racism. As if they don't understand how it works and how they don't understand DEI. That's bullshit.
Right.
Because the first thing they said was, how was there no white people on the stage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so now you notice that kind of thing, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, one of my best friends in the filmmaking game, this dude named Aldridge Brown. Me and Aldridge met years ago because we were at a function for film producers. I'm talking, there's hundreds of people at this place, at this event. There was 3 black faces in the whole building. and me and R just spied each other, across the room, and if being two real brothers, we knew what time it was. We do, Howie. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
And you go and you meet and rap. But see, that's normal to them. If it's nothing but white people on the stage, they wouldn't think nothing of it because we're invisible to them. But the second we do something on our own and exclude them, all of a sudden,
it's a problem.
It's reverse racism.
Yeah,
How does that work?
Yeah.
You forgot another point though. We 1000% on your point. You forgot another point that I just want to add on the excellent soliloquy you just said, bro. Half of this country does not realize that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
It's the United States.
It's part of the United States. It's a United States territory. And that's the only thing that really upsets me. Well, not the only thing. That's one of the biggest things that upsets me is when you talk about this is about the country, the United States, everything, and they go on this whole tangent about United States and not being, and we can't, wait a minute, hold on. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. It's an officially a United States territory and has been for decades. So y'all need to get your act together because either you prejudiced or you're not. And stop pretending if you one way or the other because you're pretending. You know what I mean?
They've been trying to get statehood forever. And they've been denying them statehood forever. Why? Because they're black and brown and they speak Spanish and it's like another stronghold, to like promote civil rights that they don't want to have to deal with. It's another dean towards white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Puerto Rico looked like Norway, it would have been a state 70 years ago.
Greenland or Iceland. Keep going.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what I'm saying is this, man. I love what it does, man, because oftentimes people hide behind, I really don't know enough about it, or like some kind of like in between thing. I really don't do politics. But when you poke them, like down south, we say hit dog will holler. Right? South.
Yeah.
So that was a hit dog because deep down they're racist.
Yeah.
And so once you put all that on display in front of them, the racists can't help but show up and say, "Oh, how dare you do this? How dare you be like this?" Now, take it back to the game. I knew the Patriots were losing the second Trump's press secretary said, "Go Patriots." I was ain't losing. It's over. It's over with. Y'all on the dark side, baby. You know what I'm saying? God is not with anything that he with. Trust me.
I did not hear that at all.
He said, "Go Patriots," because Robert Kraft is one of Trump's best friends.
That's true.
And man Brady. Which why I don't rock with the Patriots.
That's very true.
Robert Kraft is one of Trump's boys.
And Tommy B and Bill Belichick. All of them.
You're right.
So let me throw this out there now, Howie, since we're gonna move on, because he can get me upset because I'd be forgetting about that part. Listen, it's hard to take away a team that you've been rocking with since you was 4 years old. You know what I mean? Like I was with before Robert Kraft on the Patriots. My dad was taking me to the Patriots game when they were losing with Steve Grogan, and actually my first Patriots game was when Jim Plunkett was the QB. You know what I mean? And he ultimately left and went to the Raiders and won a Super Bowl the following year. So
he won 2, didn't he?
I think he won 1. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think he won. I just know when he left from here, he went over there and won. That's what I remember, being so young at the time. I remember that. And I was rocking with the Patriots well before Robert Kraft, right before that. So obviously when they bring in and they do all that, it does get my blood to boil because I'd be forgetting about that part. But anyway, Howie, let me ask you this. What was your best and worst commercials? Because commercials is a big part of the Super Bowl. Give me your best and worst commercials that you liked or that you noticed or anything else from the Super Bowl. Something that you say, wow, that was ingenious. I like how they did that.
Yeah, I thought overall, it's funny because I performed at a Super Bowl party. So we had a DJ and all this stuff. So during the game, he was like playing music a lot of times during the commercial breaks. But the ones that I did see, I thought the Serena Williams commercial sucked ass. I didn't know, like, was I watching the infomercial TV? Like, it was one of the worst commercials I ever seen for a Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't know if y'all remember that ad with Serena and whatever. It was so boring. It looked like you was watching like regular TV. It didn't look Super Bowl addish at all. Out of the best commercials I saw, I don't know. I saw some good trailers. I thought the Star Wars trailer commercial was kind of funny. That was good. With the little Yoda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, baby Yoda. Yeah.
With the baby Yoda. I thought that was sweet. That's really my take. It was hard for me because like I said, I was in the club atmosphere and all that, so it was hard for me to see some of the commercials like I usually do. But those are the two that stood out to me.
Jay, as a filmmaker, I know you sit there and judge what you see, commercial-wise and film-wise and everything else. Give me your take on what you thought, the ingenuity. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
and on some of the commercials, and what you thought really was good or bad. Give me your thoughts as a filmmaker.
I mean, I really didn't care for any of the AI commercials, and that's only because I don't care for AI, right? I mean, because I understand the people who were trying to soften us up to AI. I know how they think, and the whole point of them is to replace everybody. With that algorithm that can do white collar, blue collar jobs and all this stuff, put us out of work, make more money for themselves. Yeah. So I don't like anything AI promotion. So every one of those I hate it. But in terms of the ones that I liked a lot of them, but I don't remember anything specifically, to be honest, because I mean everybody was just kind of like in the same lane in a lot of ways. How everybody tried a little funny, a little this, a little that. I didn't see anything that I really hated. But I think overall everything was well done. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. I mean, you paying, what is it, like 5-10 million for 30 seconds or something like that? Yeah. So it's gonna be a good product. But it's the most commercial thing in the world, and I understand why that is. I don't know of any other event that's gonna guarantee 130+ million eyes in one place.
That's true.
There isn't any.
And in addition, commercials, when the game goes on break, what do we normally do during commercials?
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Bathroom, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They've so conditioned us about the Super Bowl so that we sit to watch the commercials.
That's right.
That's ingenious, man. I mean, a part of the culture of Super Bowl watching
is the commercials.
Is to watch the commercials. To discuss the commercials. Now, you know what? One does come to mind. The Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdale. The Clydesdale was running, and it goes into slow motion, and it jumps over a log. And when it jumps over the log, you see these wings come up above its head. I was like, is it a Pegasus? And then the American Eagle rises above the Clydesdale. Yeah. And those are like the two biggest symbols of Budweiser. The Clydesdale's pouring the beer, and the eagle, on the emblem, like on the label and stuff.
That was a commercial dedicated to ice.
I gotta break.
Was it?
I'm just bullshitting.
We got some breaking news, and
what's that?
Breaking news is that Jason Tatum has officially been cleared by the Boston Celtics to play in the G League, and they expect him to come back in a couple of weeks after that. So Jason Tatum is officially cleared to play in the NBA and first in the G League. And of course, we all know that Jason Tatum had suffered his injury 8.5 months ago, almost 9 months ago, a torn Achilles. So that's the breaking news right now that just came up there and everything else. Shams is reporting this. Howie Bell, what's your thought on Jason Tatum being cleared to play?
That's good news for Boston, man. Yeah, that's really good news. You know what I'm saying? Because the Boston's already hell of a competitive right now still in the Eastern Conference. So for them to get Tatum back, that's going to be big, man. That's going to be big. That's going to be big for the squad.
I definitely feel that it would be a good thing for them. Jay, what's your take on this before we jump back to the NFL? What's your take on this? Jason Tatum tore his Achilles tendon in May. And now Jason Tatum is officially cleared. We are in what? February, just about to be February. Yeah, we in February.
Early February.
Yeah, that's where we at. So, what's your thoughts on this, Jay?
My first thought is, man, modern medicine has come a long way, bro.
It sure has. Yeah.
And my second thought is, I don't give a goddamn about no Jason Tatum. Give a damn about nothing, Boston. You hear me, Frank? Hey. Today is one of the happiest days of my life. I've had the greatest 18 hours ever. And you gonna douse it by talking about Jason Tatum coming back?
Hey, that's the silver lining today in Boston.
You know what I mean?
You know that will be. That will be.
How would they grasp me? Hey, Tatum's back. We ain't gonna talk about the Patriots no more.
You know they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that.
Of course, and all the news going forward. Well, we got some good news.
We got some good news. And I ain't mad at it.
Jason Tatum is buttering a bagel. Let's watch him.
I ain't mad at it right now because we need some good news. I ain't mad at it.
everywhere.
Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to talk about something that's a bad news.
You don't want to talk about Drake May crying with snot running out his nose. You want to talk about that?
No. We got to get time.
But in the leagues, in the sense of the league right now, that's good news for the league. That's good news for basketball overall, because modern medicine, like Jay said, modern medicine, if he's coming back right now, then the kid from Indiana can't be too far away from what's that boy's name?
Halliburton. But listen,
can't be too far
everybody
away
here different, man. You know, and it also boils down to what surgeon you got.
Yeah, that's true.
See, with Tatum got hurt in New York, and they immediately took him to HSS, which is the best orthopedic hospital in the country for the past 20 years. Mm-hmm. They got the Brooklyn Nets, they got the New York Knicks, they got the Jets, they got the Giants. They handle every orthopedic thing related to sports athletes right now.
Yeah, and Tatum did surgery the same day. Yeah, he did do that.
Right, the same day he was in New York. They took him to HSS, and that's why he'll be back, because they're the best in the business at it.
Yeah, he did do that. All right, look, we did that. So let's move on, Howie Bell. We got to move on to the next thing. Let me take this off right here, Howie Bell, because here's another news item that I wanted to talk about, man. I don't know if you guys heard this one, but Atlanta Falcons rookie James Pierce was arrested Saturday night on felony charges after he allegedly crashed his vehicle to one being driving by his girlfriend, WNBA player Rickea Jackson, multiple times, and struck a police officer with the vehicle while evading arrest, according to the criminal complaint. Yeah. He was released, obviously, on Sunday after posting a $20,000 bond. Howie Bell, this is crazy, because at the end of the day, this boy literally could be facing real jail time. If depending on the charges, what charges stick and everything else, James Pierce Jr. could be looking at some real time. You know what I mean? Now, again, it depends on how it sorts out. It depends on, people I'm right now, this is one of the only cases on 50-50, Howie, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's in Georgia. It looks like it is in Georgia. I don't know how this thing's going to shake out, what sticks by the time he goes to trial. But right now, he looked like he in trouble. What's your take on this, Howie Bell?
His girlfriend plays for the WNBA?
Yep.
Yeah, but he was Atlanta team.
It's her car?
Yep. No, it was his car, where it looked like he was he was being driven by, let me see. It was arrested Sunday, felony charge, after he allegedly crashed his vehicle into her car. And then when the police was chasing him, he crashed into their car too. You know what I mean?
So he one of them. Oh, okay. So that's what happened.
He was Fast and Furious type of thing with it. That's
so he can't get that pussy no more. Oh, okay. That's what that is.
It seemed like it. It seemed like that's what he was doing. Yeah, it seemed like
that sound like I don't want to be with you no more. Crash.
No, it sounded like she was trying to get away from him, because she don't.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And she was like, and he was like, "No, baby, please, baby,
he was like, "You can't leave me. I'm crashing you."
Yeah.
Well, let me say this to you: the pussy was that good to where you had to hit a police officer too. Boy, look here. Let me tell you something, you dumb idiot, dumbass man. Let me tell you something. These dudes, man, we keep doing stories like this all the time on this show about how these guys, with all these blessings and all of this money, make some of the dumbest decisions that they can ever make. And this sound dumb. This sound purely like emotions off of a relationship type thing. You know what I'm saying? You hit her, and then you hit an officer trying to escape. Man, you dumb. Man, you dumb.
Yeah. Jay, what you think? What's your thoughts, Jay?
My first two thoughts was this. This is one of the greatest things ever for the WNBA for two reasons. One, it gets them mentioned because it's one of their players, so that's the WNBA mention. But two, there's a heterosexual WNBA player.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm like, WNBA got chicks who are here catching penis?
Yeah, girls, what you call Bama Adebayo's girls too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but but she was always girly, you know what I'm saying? I always saw her as like that one standout, oak tree amongst the pines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To know that it's more than her.
Is that the Nigerian girl you talking about, Frank?
Nah, Aja Wilson.
Aja Wilson, okay.
You know what I mean? So the fact that they got another one, hey, I mean, this is great news for WNBA. You know what I mean? But second of all, James Pierce was a rookie last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he balled out for the Falcons, like he was a huge reason as to why that defense was so improved, because he come up to the edge like a monster, right? Now, here's the thing. Even in college, the knock on him was the off the field stuff, which is why he was a top 10 talent. Everybody said it. And if you go to the tape of what he did in the SEC, he's undeniably a top 10 talent. But he was a 26th pick in the draft. He slid in the draft because they said, we don't think we can trust him, so we can't give him a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? But he was so talented that they couldn't let him slide out the first round. Like they had to take him late.
Mm-hmm.
And he made him look really smart by taking him at 26.
Mm-hmm.
But now he does this. And it makes them look like everybody else was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the next story. I want to get this one in, man. We got to talk about Atlanta. The breaking news that happened over the weekend that shook the NFL world before the Super Bowl, that I think happened purposely, was that the Atlanta Falcons made a decision that they're going to release Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean?
They need to.
Yeah, I think they did that purposely because everybody's talking about the Super Bowl, nobody's paying attention to what's going on, and they knew it was going to cause an uproar. But quiet as kept. It's not as big as an uproar as I thought. But here's the thing out there, Howie. You got the Jets, you got the Steelers, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Browns, and the Dolphins, who all need a QB. Where you think he's going, Howie?
To the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders. That looked like a spot for Kirk Cousins. He can go other places, man, but the Raiders, the way their situation is, and like with the new coach they hired, they got to kind of put stuff together. They can't blow the whole money because they do got these picks and stuff coming, but they could get a person like a Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? They won't have to spend a lot of money on him. And just get
if he goes to the Dolphins, though, Howie, he got two wideouts that are stellar. If he go to the Dolphins, and that boy.
If he goes to the Dolphins, I don't think the Dolphins want Kirk Cousins.
Possibly.
You know what I'm saying? I think the Dolphins going to look for a better quarterback.
Okay.
All right. I just don't see that happening. But Kirk Cousins, I see him. I could see him as a Raider for a temporary fix for the Raiders, just so they can kind of get through a season or two, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Before they go, because they're gonna probably wind up drafting a quarterback. So
so you think they're gonna draft him? You don't think the Jets? You don't think the Steelers? The Steelers got a team ready to go too. You know what I mean?
But the problem is who's gonna pay? Like, who wants Kirk Cousins like that?
I'll tell you who.
Well, we got to look at if he's released.
I'll tell you who, and you ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, I tell you,
he's going back to the Vikings.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
well, he's going back to the Vikings. It's already a relationship. The same coach is in place. He already knows the offense.
Yeah.
He still got Justin Jefferson. He got that young boy out there too. You know what I'm saying? They got a running game. The problem with Minnesota last year was quarterback. McCarthy was trash. Other than that, man, they can get back to where they were, under Kirk Cousins and under Sam Darnold.
You see, you know why I disagree with his statement? Because they already rolled out their rookie, QB, and now what are they telling him if they bring back him and then sit that rookie back down? They
don't believe in McCarthy. They know he trash. You know what I'm saying? They about to get up off of him.
McCarthy's not their QB. Their QB
yes, he is.
Minnesota Vikings QB is that young kid who came off the bench. Let me look this up. I wish Steve was here right now.
No, JJ McCarthy is the first round pick.
Yeah, you're right. That's dude
ain't shit. Whoever else that is, he ain't shit. JJ McCarthy is a dude that they invested in, and they got, and they let Sam Darnold walk because JJ McCarthy. Well, now they know McCarthy can't play, and they're not going to pay him because he's going into year 3 now.
I don't see them getting off of J.J. McCarthy I just don't see it. I don't see it.
He'll be a backup next year, and then year 4, he'll be on the scrap heap. You know what I'm saying? Because the team owns the option in year 4.
He should be on the scrap heap now. I agree with that part. But will a team that such as the Minnesota Vikings, who want that QB, where they sit there, say, Jay, and say, you know what, we want to bring in another veteran and put you back on the bench after he started a lot of the game? I don't, that hurts his development. That hurts everything that you poured into the QB.
He ain't developing. What I'm saying is, if he can't play, he can't play.
But what you do first is you get a QB coach like Adam Case. You should have got Adam Case, who's now going to the Chargers. You get somebody who's a QB coach, and then you say, okay, this QB coach right here now, see if what this guy got, if he's worth. That's what you do instead of you putting him back on the heat, because you already invested a lot of money in this dude.
Are you going to bring in a quarterback coach for Jamarcus Russell?
Say that again.
Are you going to bring in a QB coach for Jamarcus Russell?
Of course not. I'm just saying.
All right. J.J. McCarthy is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We know he cannot play. They already know he is not the franchise quarterback that they hoped he would be.
And that's why I'm disagreeing with you, Jay. I don't think
they're getting up off of him.
I don't think they know. D. Jones is back. D. Jones, what's up, man? You want to jump in this conversation about Kirk Cousins, who got released?
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I don't want to, but I agree with Jay. It's gonna be the Vikings are gonna get Kirk Cousins. That might have been his best years, and he ain't really got to do much. Just don't turn the ball over.
I'm saying to you too. I don't see them doing that. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
JJ is, and I'm surprised Jay didn't say this. He's doo-doo juice.
He's buns, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Straight buns. X-Lax.
That's the only other team I can see.
Okay, what you want to say, Howie? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, I hope that the Vikings don't get it together. I hope that the Chicago Bears and I hope that the Green Bay Packers, they all fucking fail when it comes to rebuilding their team up.
No, honestly, Howie, I'm gonna go. In my opinion, Howie, before he goes back to the Vikings, I think he'll take a look at the Raiders, the Dolphins,
that's what
and the Steelers. The Raiders, Dolphins, and Steelers. I think he would go.
Raiders.
Why? Why would he look at the Raiders when the Vikings got talent?
And I'm gonna tell you why the Raiders. The Raiders, because number one thing, he could be the star if he turns.
That's what I'm saying. He could be the star in Minnesota.
Well, I don't know about that.
Justin Jefferson is the star in Minnesota.
Right, but he could be the star in the Raiders. If he goes to the Dolphins have two wide receivers who are just as good as the Vikings. You know what I mean? You got that. And then on top of all of that, the Dolphins is down south. You know what I mean? You're playing and it's almost like you're playing indoors. You know what I mean? You're playing the AFC East. Who's
got the better defense? Who's got the better receiver? The Vikings.
Between the Vikings and the Dolphins?
Vikings got the better everything. And there's an already established relationship. The same coach he played for is still there.
Yep.
The same system that he thrived in is still there.
Everything is still there.
Why would he go into the great unknown trying to do something at 40 years old? It doesn't make any sense. Minnesota's don't think it makes sense.
But for the record, I don't disagree with you. I just don't think the Vikings will do that because the Vikings don't make smart decisions. I don't think
who's their quarterback right now, though, Frank?
J.J. McCarthy is, and I understand that part. I understand that, but what you're not saying. I mean, what we're disagreeing on is I don't see how an organization says we're gonna put this QB we poured all this time and money into and put him back on the bench. I don't see them doing that. I could be wrong.
You don't keep putting bad money. I mean, good money into bad, bro. I mean, right now they already know JJ McCarthy. He ain't it. You really don't. But we stop investing now.
But you talking about
and the Vikings only made one bad decision. The Vikings only made one bad decision.
And letting Darnold leave. Yeah.
That was the biggest decision.
Well, it was two. It was two.
Darnold and him. You know what I mean?
It was two.
Yeah, they made two bad decisions. So they made those. So why not
drafting McCarthy and letting Darnold leave?
Yeah, you should have did that. So I don't know. But anyway, the name of the show is called Box Seats. Howie Bell, you out in LA, man. Tell everybody else what's going on in LA.
Hey man, I'm out here. I'm at the Improv tonight with my man D. Ray Davis. So it's funny because usually after the show, I sometimes can't make the show because I'm going to a show. But it's only 3:00 here, so
that's crazy.
I got to get used to that, and going to the shows late here and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, every time I come back and forth here, I always go through the same thing. But so I'm at the Improv tonight. If you're in LA. Come holler at me, come laugh with me. Howie Bizzell on the gram, HOWIE
Howie Bell and let's see. So that's comedy. What's that on Monday nights? That's D Ray.
That is D Ray Mondays.
D Ray's Mondays. Yeah, the Hollywood Improv. That's what
Hollywood Improv. Yeah.
Right. D Jones, what's going on? What's going on, bro? How can we follow?
One day I tell the story. I tell the story between me, Howie, and D Ray. I want to tell that story right now. And I missed the Bad Bunny conversation, but shout out to all the Latinas that was out there dancing for him. Lord have mercy, and follow me in 313 D Jones.
Did y'all notice he didn't have no men performing on stage with him with all the women? Did y'all notice?
Yes, he did.
He has some men.
There's some men up there.
He has some men, but it wasn't. There was a lot of women.
Jessica Alba out there.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw her, but I definitely saw
Cardi B was out there.
Jessica
and I
Alba
saw
was-
the
Jessica Alba
Colombian
was 3 or
chick.
4 people this way to where Cardi B was standing.
Yeah.
And that other actor, the one who plays in the Mandalorian, he was on stage 4 or 5.
Pablo, what's his name?
Yeah, he was on stage too. He was on stage.
Pascal, I think his name is.
Yes, that's him. Pablo Pascal. He was up there on stage too. Like that was brilliant with Bad Bunny. Then shout out.
It was, man.
Brilliant.
It was.
Jay, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro.
You can follow me at JD Hayes over at Fanbase, and Howie's a bastard because I just looked up the weather in LA. And 77 degrees would be real welcome right now, goddamn it.
T-shirt on? He got a t-shirt on right now.
77 degrees, bro. It's a balmy 24 right now, bro. That's the warmest it's been in 4 days.
Hey, look, but it get cold at night. It get out to like 40.
It ain't getting down to 0.
Everybody hang up.
Yo, tomorrow we're gonna finish this conversation, man. We're gonna talk more about the Super Bowl. We're gonna get that in. We're gonna talk about some of the NFL teams. We have got to talk about our early edition of who we think is gonna be powerful next year in the NFL next season. And we're gonna drag this out because we got 6 months of no football, y'all.
Yeah.
The Pistons.
Yeah, we gotta start talking about basketball, baby.
Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about basketball because the NBA All-Star Weekend is this weekend. If I'm not mistaken, we got to talk about the best in the East, the worst in the East. We got to talk about some stuff. Dame Lillard is going to be participating in the NBA All-Star Weekend this weekend, and he ain't even playing. Like,
They need him, though.
We're going to talk about that. We can talk about that.
Y'all scared to talk about the Winter Olympics?
Winter of what?
We scared to talk about the Winter Olympics? That's a hot sports topic.
No, we're going to talk about that too.
I did watch
the
bobsled thing the other day, Lujan.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We have to talk about the Olympics tomorrow. We didn't have enough. We went over too much.
We need white chocolate for that, though, bro.
Yeah. We gonna get over that. Thank y'all for watching. Name of the show is called Box Seats, man. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll see y'all.
Peace.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
Thank y'all for watching.